Hello, friends, and welcome to another exhilarating video of Wisdom Zone. And this is Shubro, and I'm quite sure you have already guessed it. Today, I have the fifth part of 10 most important phrasal verbs for daily English conversation, and I'm quite sure eagerly waiting for this fifth part. And today, also, I'm going to discuss 10 chosen and important phrasal verb for daily English conversation, which is definitely going to give you a new dimension to your communication and help you to speak confidently with ease. So if you haven't subscribed to Wisdom Zone, please do not forget and subscribe to Wisdom Zone and hit the bell icon and continue watching this video till the end, because today's 10 important phrasal verbs are going to be imperative for your overall communication and confidence. So without further ado, let's get started. So as you see, friends, today we have the fifth part of 10 most important phrasal verbs for daily English conversation. And let me tell you that today also I'm going to discuss 10 important and chosen phrasal verbs for your daily English conversation, which you can incorporate in your everyday conversation, which is going to give you really a new dimension, and also it's going to give you that ease while speaking, and you'll be able to speak fluently and in a proficient manner, right? So before I dive into the fifth part of 10 most important phrasal verb for daily English conversation, let me quickly remind especially the new viewers that I have already shared the links of the previous four parts in the description. So if you haven't checked the previous four parts of 10 most important phrasal verbs, please check the previous four parts, and the links are given in the description. From there you will be able to learn 40 phrasal verbs, and you can use them in your daily conversation, which is going to help you immensely, right? So before I move forward, let me quickly also just give you a brief idea about a phrasal verb. As usual, as you see, especially for the new viewers, as you see on your screen, what is a phrasal verb? Okay, so let me quickly just explain phrasal verb. So we can say that when two or more words are combined together to form a multi-word verb, that is called a phrasal verb. Okay, so we combine two or more words together, okay, to form a multi-word verb, so that is called a phrasal verb. So this combination can consist of a verb and a preposition, a verb plus an adverb, or both. Okay, so as you see, some examples are given on give up, hang around. So these are some classic examples of phrasal verbs, right? So I hope it's clear what exactly is phrasal verb. It's a kind of a verb, okay, or you can say that when two or more words are combined together to form a multi-word verb, that is called a phrasal verb, right? So without further ado, let me quickly go ahead and start today's discussion, that is on 10 most important phrasal verb for daily English conversation part 5. So as you see, friends, on your screen today, we have a new video for, yes, phrasal verb, where I'm going to discuss 10 chosen and important phrasal verb which you can use in your daily conversation. So the first phrasal verb for today is on your screen, that is note down something. All right, as you see on your screen, note down something. It's a very handy phrasal verb for your daily conversation. As you see, it means to write something so that you don't forget it. So when we, yes, write something down, okay, that is called to note down something. Okay, so let me show you how to use this. As you see on your screen, the example is given. The police officer noted down important points while investigating. So note down is to take down notes and write down important things so that you do not forget. So you can use this in this way, as you see in the example. The police officer noted down important points while investigating, right? Or you can also say that we should note down important points while watching a very informative video, okay, or students should always note down important points. So like this way, note down is to write down something which you yes, don't want to forget, and you write down so that you don't forget that. Okay, So up next we will see the second important phrasal verb for daily English conversation. As you see on your screen, the second phrasal verb for today is look up to someone. Let me again read it out. Is look up to someone. So it's a very useful phrasal verb for your daily English conversation. This phrasal verb means to admire someone. Look up to someone means to admire someone. So let me show you the example. As you see on your screen, the example is given. Sam had always looked up to his elder brother, right? So that means he has always admired, okay, his elder brother. Sam had always looked up to his elder brother, okay? That means he had admired his elder brother, okay? So look up to someone is to admire someone. As you see on your screen, the example is given. So we can say that, uh, yes, I always look up to my parents, okay? Or you can say that, yes, most of the youngsters look up to their, yes, elders, right? And so the behavior of parents should be very important in this context. So let's move on. I hope it's clear how to use look up to someone. Okay, that means to admire someone. We will see the third phrasal verb for today, which is on your screen, that is ask out. It's a very interesting one. As you see on your screen, ask out is to invite someone for a date, okay? Especially as you see, when, yes, when someone is asking someone out, that means the person is asking that person for a date, right? And it's very easy to use once you understand the meaning. As you see the example on your screen, John wanted to ask Kelly out, but he felt too shy, okay? So John wanted to ask Kelly out, that means he wanted to ask her for a date, okay, but he felt too shy, okay? That's the meaning of this phrasal verb, that is ask out means to somehow invite someone for a date, ask someone for a date, okay, in a relationship, as you know, right? So now we can use this in your everyday English conversation. So up next we will see the fourth phrasal verb for today, that is back out of something, okay, which is quite essential. As you see on your screen, number four, this number fourth phrasal verb is back out of something. That is, the meaning is to not to do something that one had promised to do. That means suppose you have promised something and suddenly you had decided not to do that, right? That is to not to do something that one had promised to do, okay? As you see the example, we had to call off our trip to Darjeeling as Troy backed out of it at the 11th hour. So this term 11th hour means at the last moment, okay? That means the last moment he backed out, okay? That means he decided not to accompany us perhaps, so that's why we had to cancel. Call off is to cancel, is another phrasal verb. So I hope you understood, you learned, yes, two phrasal verbs and one expression. There is call off here and backed out and 11th hour, okay? So I hope it's clear how to use this particular phrasal verb back out of something. That means to not to do something, okay, that one had promised to do. So up next we are going to turn our attention towards the fifth phrasal verb for today, that is on your screen, that is bag out. Let me read it out is again, it's bag out. Bag out is to criticize, okay? So as you see the example, Tom's relatives bagged him out as he lost his job. Okay, that means he was criticized. Tom's relatives criticized him as he lost his job. So it is slightly used in an informal way. Okay, so bagged out uh, is the past form of bag out is to criticize. Okay, so I hope it's clear. So let's turn our attention towards the sixth phrasal verb for today, that is charge with. Okay, as you see on your screen, charge with, which is it is quite often used, especially in context of, yes, criminal offense. As you see on your screen, the meaning is accuse someone of a crime. Okay, charge with means accuse someone of a crime. So as you see the example, Mr. Don was arrested last month and was charged with espionage. Espionage means the crime of spying. It's called espionage. Okay, so he was charged with this crime of espionage. Okay, that means he was accused of this crime. Understood? Was charged with means to accuse someone with a particular crime. Okay, so up next we will see the seventh phrasal verb for today, that is bash up. Okay, so as you see on your screen, it is bash up, which is quite useful. It means to hurt someone badly. Okay, to bash up means to beat up or hurt someone badly. Okay, so you can sometimes use that in your daily conversation. As you see the example, Patrick was bashed up by some goons last night. So he was badly bitten. Okay, he was badly hurt by some goons. So that's the meaning of this phrasal verb. Bash up is to beat someone badly or hurt someone. So Patrick was bashed up by some goons last night. Okay, so that's the way you can use this. You can change the tense. Bash up is present and past is bashed up. So it's a phrasal verb. You can change the form also. So up next we will turn our attention towards the eighth phrasal verb for today, that is chip in. As you see on your screen, it's chip in. Chip in is to donate or contribute money when others are also contributing. That means when you donate some money and contribute from your part, okay, and where others are also contributing, that is to chip in, right? Especially when you're giving money. So let's see the example how to use this. We all chipped in $100 for the event. That means we contributed from our pocket. That is, we contributed $100 individually for the event, right? So that's the way you can use that. We chipped in this amount, okay, $100, $100, right? So like this we can use. So up next we see the ninth phrasal verb on your screen. Let's turn our attention towards the ninth phrasal verb for today, that is hand back. Okay, as you see on your screen, hand back. Hand back is a very useful one for your everyday English conversation. So as you see the meaning, hand back is to return something, okay, to someone. Okay, maybe you have taken it or borrowed it. So as you see the example on your screen, I handed the smartphone back to my friend which I took last week. Okay, that means I returned the smartphone to my friend which I maybe borrowed last week or took last week, right? So hand back is to return something to someone. Okay, it's quite handy. So instead of saying I want to return, you can say I want to hand back this item to him, right? Okay, so you can change the tense also, as you know, as you can use the past. As you see this example, I handed the smartphone back to my friend, right? So up next, let us turn our attention towards the 10th phrasal verb for today and the last one for today. And we are going to end with the similar one which we discussed at first. That is, number one is to note down and number 10 is jot down. So jot down also means to note down, but okay, it's slightly different than note down. Let me show you the meaning as you see on your screen. So jot down means to make a quick note. Okay, not in detail, just you make a quick note to remember something so that you don't forget it. Okay, that's called to jot down. Okay, so yes, there is difference between note down. Note down means more or less you write down precisely so that you do not forget, but jot down, you note down some important things quickly. Okay, so that you can use that or remember, right? So as you see on your screen, the phrasal verb and the example is also given. Okay, and also I explained the meaning. Jot down is to make a quick note. So let's read the example. Kelly's boss asked her to jot down an important phone number. That means Kelly's boss quickly asked her to just note down a very important phone number. Okay, that is to note down. Okay, quickly is to jot down, right? So you can also change the tense. You can say jot it down. Understood? So that's the way you can use this phrasal verb jot down, which is very important. Okay, so jot down is to make a quick note. Okay, so we say that please jot down the important points, right? That means to quickly note down. All right. So I'm quite sure all these 10 phrasal verbs which I discussed today, and this fifth part of 10 most important phrasal verbs today, which I discussed. I hope all the phrasal verbs are crystal clear. And obviously, please try to use these phrasal verbs and other phrasal verbs which I have discussed in the previous four videos. Okay, and try to comment below using the phrasal verb. That is going to help. I'm definitely going to reply. And before I just wind it up for today, let me remind that I'll continue this series on phrasal verb. Okay, and stay tuned for that also. And again, it is my earnest request, if you haven't subscribed to Wisdom Zone, do not forget and subscribe to Wisdom Zone. Hit the bell icon and continue watching this particular series on phrasal verb and other series also, where I'm going to discuss some important things related to spoken English, presentation skills, and how we can develop your spoken English. And many more informative videos are coming. So stay tuned for all those videos also.